I play a game called Minecraft. So basically, in the latest update of the game, Mojang introduced a new biome, the Mangrove Swamp. So me being me, I decided to go take a look at this mangrove swamp, that is. So this is apparently how a mangrove swamp is supposed to look like in Minecraft.
So that got me thinking, was this just another fantasy that Mojang made up, or is it something that exists in real life?
Well, turns out it exists. Okay, so this is a mangrove forest in real life. As you can see, there are mangrove trees on each side. Okay, so this is an individual mangrove tree. So as you can see, at the top we have the twigs and the leaves, and then here are the branches, and then this is the trunk. Now the special thing about mangrove trees is that its roots are actually above the ground. Now, of the 5 major subcategories of biomes, including aquatic, grassland, forest, desert, and tundra, this should be considered a forest. I mean, it's literally in the name, mangrove forest. Now, a forest is defined to be a complex ecological system in which trees are the dominant life form, and mangrove trees are indeed trees. But we do have to be careful, because mangrove forests are also classified as a swamp. What does that mean? A swamp is classified as a wetland, and a wetland is classified as aquatic. So maybe this biome can be considered both aquatic and a forest. Now let's talk about precipitation and temperature ranges. As for average rainfall totals, there's typically a significant amount of precipitation, being 2.1 meters of rainfall annually. And as for temperature, there's usually relatively high temperatures between 70 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Now besides mangrove trees, what other types of organisms actually live in this environment? We can split up organisms into 3 categories: plants, animals that are herbivores, and animals that are carnivores. And as for plants, we have buttonwood trees, and then also 2 different types of mangroves, red mangroves and white mangroves. As for herbivores, we have mollusks, mullets, and parrot fish. All 3 of these feed on mangrove leaves. And as for carnivores, at the top, we have the heron and the shag, which are both apex predators and both birds. And we also have the kawai and the eels, which are tertiary consumers. But enough talking about living things. Let's talk about the most characteristic abiotic factors. So I think the factors that make mangrove swamps the most unique out of all of the biomes, it's its waterlogged soil, humid climate, and slow-flowing water. Now, upon hearing all of this environmental stuff, a question comes to mind. What are some of the human impacts that this ecosystem has come to face? Herbicides, oil spills, and other pollutants kill mangroves, and that leads to habitat loss. On the flip side, when human population in that region also grows, the industry in that region grows, and when that happens, there's an over-harvesting of mangrove wood for construction and fuel. This in turn has eradicated many species and endangered the rest. For example, it has endangered the cute pygmy 3-toed sloth. Thus, in summary, even though there are things in life that are being depicted in video games such as Minecraft, realize that there are organisms out there that are suffering today. In other words, that was the mangrove forest, or swamp, or whatever you want to call it. Bye-bye.